When I walk into this place, it's a miracle ground.
In the brief 4 years Reverend Brian Cash has been pastor at East Mount Zion Baptist Church, a few stark realities have presented themselves. But
there is a spirit in this space that gives hope, that renews hope. And every time I walk in this space, I feel that spirit.
You can also feel the history. This 116-year-old sacred landmark is on the National Register of Historic Places. Both Carl and Louis Stokes spoke here during their campaigns for political office.
We were the first Black church on the corner here on Euclid Avenue. That was a big deal.
Today, the East Mount Zion family is striving to be not only a multi-generational church, but an intergenerational one as well.
I was born into East Mount Zion simply because the whole family was already there.
It's a place where roots run deep.
The first time I came to East Mount Zion, I was 8 years old.
These dedicated and seasoned church members have seen a lot, including a growing tie with Cleveland's world-renowned hospital system that envelops everything around them.
They had to work with Cleveland Clinic to get us to be able to stay here because they wanted all the churches to be gone. And a lot of them did leave. We just sat there and see what's going to happen next.
So when I arrived here, of course, there were conversations around the division and distinction of a church sitting in the middle of the hospital and the clinic being an entity that kind of takes over these historic spaces, and our relationship hasn't been that way.
The relationship between the two can be described as an evolving and growing one that benefits residents and clinic patients through East Mount Zion's Lifeline program.
We have become a partner with the Cleveland Clinic. They are giving us grant funding now to support our program for us to accept referrals from the Cleveland Clinic doctors to provide immediate access to basic needs for their clients.
The 40-year-old Hunger Ministry, a separate nonprofit entity, operates from the church basement and feeds about 300 families a month. 90% of food and meals are delivered, allowing convenient service for the sick and shut-in. Being a good community neighbor and collaborator is part of the church's mission. It also provides for a variety of needs.
A lot of people think of mission as, of course, as going to a sick person's house and taking care of a sick person, or going and clean up a house to help you clean up. That's fine. That is fine. But the first thing, your mission, is to go out and tell others about Christ.
We also have a group of women who goes to, in the missionary group, that goes down to the laundromat, and they call it Love of the Laundromat, and they come and they give them a few dollars so that they can wash their clothes.
There is also a primary focus on the needs of an aging physical church structure. Pastor Cash discovered the Cleveland Restoration Society, and a different kind of family was formed.
I called them and I said, hey, this is Brian Cash, I'm the pastor of East Mount Zion, this is in 2020, and I want to know a little bit more about the possibility of restoration. And at the time, this was Margaret Lane on the phone, and she literally yells. So she tells the story different. Now this is my side of the story. She yells, what? I was just calling downtown to make sure they wouldn't tear down your building. And I was like, wow. And since that, our relationship has been there.
The Cleveland Restoration Society has been a valuable resource, providing education, grant writing services, and a conditions assessment of the building at no cost. But at East Mount Zion, nothing happens without faith.
Faith speaks to that which you can't see, but that which you hope for. One of the things that we hope to see is, one, this building being fully restored, which is a $25 million project, and we have the faith that it will take place.
A $25 million capital campaign begins phase 1 of roof replacement, costing an estimated $1 million. After that comes the replacement of the signature serpentine stone.
The type of stone that this church was constructed with was a soft type of stone that was not very durable, and it would all have to be replaced.
Even though repairs and renovation are needed, there's no denying the beauty and splendor of the architectural gem set in the heart of the Cleveland Clinic main campus.
Going inside of the building and looking up at all the stained glass windows and sitting in the balcony and looking down. It's just the architect and how the building is made and how it fascinates you.
The stained glass windows tell two stories. It tells the story of course, the religious story from the religious images, but also tells the story of prominent families from the 1800s and the early 1900s who were residents of Millionaires Row.
East Mount Zion, a past to remember, a present to cherish, and a future to build. Within its walls is a living, breathing story. And as the next chapter unfolds, the rich legacy of East Mount Zion Baptist Church continues to be written, a story of faith, unity, and revitalization.